this because it's just so... this is a really nice timing for them to actually steal the Cloud Drake away. They're just going to rush over here and take it as fast as they can, and no one can match this rotation. Too much control on the bottom side. For the first time, KT actually get that bot control and take an objective.
Yeah. So that's going to be one dragon.
And
yeah, easy.
There's nothing you can do about it. Plus the phage healing as well. Okay, this is very aggressive. They're trying to make something happen to trade this back.
Oh, there's the on-horn, actually. Doran taking a few too many turret shots, and there's the solo kill under the turret. Hoya, right as we were talking about him getting abused.
Definitely something you've got to fight for these objectives with the Aatrox now. And this upcoming Ocean Drake, he does not have teleport for, whereas Hoya does. Speaking of which,
he's using it right now. Quickness comes through. There's the Magnet Storm as the crash down, trying to get Zeus to safety, but it's not going to work whatsoever. Umpty takes a bit of damage, but otherwise it is all Delight in flanking position. And Doran's actually going to come on over. He was thinking about taking the Drake, is now Blank getting on in there. It's softened up, but now we might see some of that value. As Hoya gets in there, it's a good knockup. Horn comes down. We'll see how much value it gets as it's only onto Doran, who immediately gets popped. It's a 1-for-1 so far, but it's the big frontliner that's taken down. Shockwave onto 3 is huge, but then the answering ulti from Yukal. Oh my god, the Seraphine value's coming in now. Instant triple kill for Hybrid. And look, why did we ever doubt it? All the scaling in the world just in that one pick with those couple of items.
I mean, look, when you have amazing stack ups like that, you're gonna get value out of the charm, and it is super easy to turn out those kills because he's gonna start spiking those items up big time. Like, he's finished his Essence Reaver now, and he's got a BF sword and a pickaxe, so gonna be jumping into that third item real quick. And I mean, this is where things can start to turn around for KT Rolster. After just one decisive defensive fight.
It's crazy. It's crazy just how valuable that was. It's now getting in there with that shield. Good double knock up there from Hoya though, but you can see the health bars aren't really moving, and Hoya just gets obliterated. Yukal grabs that kill for himself. Doran wasn't even there. And the rest of Fredit BRION are moving back, and now the heals will come through. Hybrid fighting against Tenor is dangerous as the Killer Instinct comes in, but Zeus with a fantastic stun. The Shockwave not actually able to do enough. And now, just once again, Yukal just pressing W whenever he can.
Yep, Moonstaff value is real here, as Doran actually is not done yet.
Nope. He gets the flash out of lava, and now he's chasing after Umpty. His flash goes down as well. And was he getting hit by the turret? I'm not entirely sure. His health bar doesn't really tell me so. Ornaments, but I just feel like when Yukal's in the area and when KT are in position, it's just so scary. Okay,
lava.
A bit of a collapse onto lava, who just gets exploded. A lot of damage there for the Xayah, as unfortunately Hoya not going to be able to find the Ornhorn value again. Bellow's breath comes down. Doran trying to slow him up. And look, he's also not too phased by this situation. Doesn't actually need a Seraphine, of course, because the amount of healing is absolutely enough, and KT will push forward towards this inhibitor turret. Fredit BRION looking absolutely lost.
Yeah, I feel like the execution of this draft was a little bit weak, a little bit off. You know, starting to get a little bit nervous when they lost control of that first team fight. We've seen sloppy engages ever since. And KT Rolster, they look like they want to end this game right now. It's going to be a tall order.
Wanting to deny a Baron take, is Doran just going to face check, but he feels like a god at this point in time, walking towards 4 people. Not sure whether it's exactly the best move, but Sterix is a pretty busted item. Magnet Storm's fantastic. Doran just flashes out as the ulti doesn't get the massive value like it did last time. Yukal now backing away. Zeus doing the same thing, but of course, no one's going to die. On the side of KT, and Fredit BRION do have the inside track on this Baron. They're going to dive on over and start this one up.
All right, there we can see, I mean, there's no ult this time for Yukal, so engaging on this is so difficult for KT Rolster. I don't think they can do it. They've got heals, but they don't have hard engage.
They don't have a smite either, as the Baron is, of course, taken, but Xayah able to grab that first kill in the fight. Both of the supports taken down. It's Hoya now in trouble. That's a good knockup, but a double kill now for Hybrid, who's trying to be the hero. Yukal still at full health. A triple kill for the Kai'Sa, but they're still chasing after them. The low health bars. Umpty gets a big old shield. He will be okay. As Henna dashes on forward, looks for Hybrid. The Moonstar value is too disgusting.
It's nasty.
Oh, it is.
It is.
And now,
it is unfair.
2, and Fredit BRION are just running away. They do have empowered recalls. That is what's going to be started up here as Hybrid gets disonanced and does need oh no, the feathers, they will fly, my friend. And now Lava, he's running for the hills. The last remaining Baron. And lets the beat drop, and Lava's going to have that one delayed. And the ulti comes out yet again. It's got such a low cooldown.
He almost had his shockwave. It's just now coming off of cooldown.
Brion still wondering how they're supposed to deal with this. Doran splitting on the mid, in the mid lane, and Super Creeps cruising down top side. KT looking to set up this phalanx. Denying the Baron, definitely a good call, but just don't know how it is going to work here as KT 6,000 gold in the lead. And this Seraphine is just pretty ridiculous with what Fredit BRION have to fight with.
Yeah. I mean, there's just so much, there's so many shields, there's so much healing, that anytime you even shoot at KT Rolster, you're like, well, we didn't kill anybody, so it's actually, was it worth anything at all? Doran. Yeah.
Okay. Aggressive move, but it is going to open them up to this inhibitor turret, and the gigantic shields mean that Doran's absolutely okay with hopping over a wall like that. Okay, backing again. yeah, gets stunned up. The ulti comes out, but it's only onto one, but that might just be enough as Hoya punches the ram back the wrong direction. The Magnet Storm value is massive, but so is the Shockwave in the backline. That's Hybrid dead, and now Fredit BRION think that they can turn it on. A double kill for the Kai'Sa, and Fredit BRION, they're not the perpetual Zhonyas.
Oh no, this happens sometimes.
It does. Oh no. Well, we'll see whether
game might not go much
longer.
Longer.
These waves. But it looks like we're just going to brute force this inhibitor turret. They should be able to get there. Still, a few seconds on Hybrid, and Zeus is about to respawn now. Blank coming back in 10 seconds as well. And Fredit BRION, they take away the inhibitor.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes with how these team fights are going, though, even if he's in resurrection animation, that might be enough to turn the tide. He is going to have to be careful with his positioning, but at least, you know, he's got that security that he might be able to wake back up and turn the rest of the team fight. This is kind of how it's going to go for a little bit here. It's so hard for either team to be the aggressor and be the setup engage because the counter engage is so strong. It's kind of a game of chicken, really, for these two, between the Seraphine ult, the call of the Forge God, the Horn,
yep,
and the shockwaves. Like, whoever fights first, if they don't get a kill almost instantly, the other team has a really nice turn. But it's better for KT in that longer fight, obviously because of the Moonstaff synergy.
You can see KT. We're just K-ramming right now.
Yes.
As soon as that W comes up, KT is trying to get forward. That's a decent knock up there from Doran, but he might just get popped. Takes the Rakan with him. As Zeus getting taken down very low. A double kill so far for the Kai'Sa as Henna immediately cleanses. There's the flash to get out of the shockwave. And KT are going to try and back away. 3 versus 4 now, though.
Very scary here.
Fredit BRION are feeling good. You're exactly right, though, about the fact that as soon as, if there's an ace, right, the game is over. One side or the other.
Fredit BRION just going to rotate over to this Drake. They still have Killer Instinct. And it's okay, they're just going to leave Umpty to solo this. KT are hopeful if they think they can steal this Baron away. I mean, they can easily 3-man it if no one contests them because of all the healing they have. But, I mean, there's just no way that Fredit BRION is ever going to let them take that for free. I mean, and walk towards you is definitely going to be strong. They are going to start this. KT have no vision, or Fredit BRION, excuse me, have no vision.
Yeah, it's getting taken down very quickly, but Umpty looking to try and get towards the pit. Here's the turn now as the Ornhorn comes down. KT trying to get out of the way of it, but Doran's already dead. Oya towards that front line. There's the 2-man shockwave. Zeus gonna flash out of it, though. The Encore not that great, only onto Umpty. The rest of KT just going to continue running away. This movement speed so valuable here from this Staff of Flowing Water is Fredit BRION. They think it's their turn to start off this Baron, and despite not having Doran, KT are still here trying to contest.
Teleport back in from Hoya. He has no ult, but he's going to be back up to full health. I don't think they can contest this anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. The home guard from Hoya is just going to get them out of there, and that is the Baron secured from Fredit BRION. Mentioned any value whatsoever, so now a big cooldown. AT with an opportunity.
I think they should engage soon. They know there's no Ornhorn, and they're going for it.
Yeah, Blank running really, really fast. Umpty trying to get out of there. Still jostling as Doran finds another Infernal Chains. There's the Bellows Breath, but no one really committing just yet. Hybrid getting poked out and chunked just a little bit. Gets back towards the backside. Here's the Magnet Storm, and now KT are trying to get in there. Umpty goes down first as Blank in a bit of trouble. Hybrid Feather Storms the Shockwave very, very nicely. But in the end, it's just a 1-for-1. Jungler for support, though, so probably in favor of KT as Hoya. That positioning's a little bit odd. In goes Hybrid and easily takes down the Ornn. That might have been the mistake that cost it for Fredit BRION as Doran. Also, in a real scary position. This This game's weird
This
and
game is
wonderful.
crazy. A lot of shields coming through here from UCal as they will just rush down this Ocean Drake. That's going to be even more healing.
Oh god, Ocean
for KT.
Soul, Seraph.
This game. So it's not over by any means. KT are the ones pushing the button first, though.
Yep, they should be able to take this inhibitor very comfortably. Ornhorn does come down, and caught in the front line is Blank, and just killed for free. That's exactly not what you want. However, they do manage to at least get their inhibitor. Remember, Hybrid is still very, very scary. There's the dissonance onto Hoya. As soon as Hybrid gets these auto attacks off, it is still very scary. And Doran trying to be that front line as KT. They still have UCal. Now the quickness comes in. Can they actually get any value for it is going to be the question as Zeus goes down very low. Now Doran trying to be a hero in that back line, but not quite able to. The encore not fantastic because, of course, the cleanse is already there. And the Kais is trying to pop off. Only manages to get the Relas. Now Umpty fighting against Doran, who survives for a long time, but not quite long enough. And the rest of KT nowhere able to commit. And look, there are low health bars on Fredit BRION's side, but that's 3 dead on KT, and just Hybrid and UCal here to try and save the base.
Blanks up in 15 seconds. He's going to take a drink of water. He's going to be alive for a very short amount of time before this Nexus goes down. Doran not being here, no Zeus for any sort of engage, any sort of Magnet Storm. This game is over. What a fantastic turnaround here for Fredit BRION in the later stages.
Yeah, we don't have Encore back alive again. Now the Nexus, they're just trying to race it down as Blank trying to be a hero, but it evaporates. And Fredit BRION, there's the insta-lock on the Scion. Hoya's like, I'm a big old tank player, and I'm gonna play a big old tank. And he absolutely is.
Yeah.
We've got once, it's the same, which actually does turn into a train. And so I just call it a train every time, but that's not a train. That's just a barbarian running real quick.
Feels like it's a train, though.
Yeah, it does. And the sound is still very train-like, as here's the crash down, and has to flash. Delight just going to battle dance on top of him, but that is a valuable flash to have here on the bottom side, and they're continuing to push forward. Hybrid had that S-rank for a little while as Delight, yeah, he's just going to stick around. Not exactly what you want. Doesn't quite have his Q back, and that's going to be first blood so easily. Zeus beautifully tanks up the turret. But that was definitely a lot better. The follow-up from Zeus, of course, very, very strong.
We're going to see Herald for a Drake trade here. Fredit BRION.
As Umpty trying to get some damage over the wall, but Zeus pretty tanky at this point in time, and KT just going to take down this Ocean Drake. We'll see what the soul is. My money's on Cloud, because that's just how it's been, but could be Mountain as well.
Hey, there it is. Mountain.
Oh, nice.
Look at the turret plate.
First.
Yeah.
So far, things aren't working out very well. Now it's Shirley's turn to put her head into this turret, and is going to do so very comfortably as Doran looking for an engagement. He is going to take a fair bit of damage here, this Hoya. Devastating smash over the wall, nailed it. Can Shirley do it?
You know, we could have an even game on our hands.
Well, there's the quickness. They do manage to slow down Doran, who gets underneath the turret. Teleport will come forward. All of the teleports towards the top side as Doran does manage to take down the Rakan, but the answer is still going to be there. Dove now regretting this teleport as he flashes out of the shockwave. There's a decimating smash onto Hybrid. Hoya not too worried about tanking damage right now because he's Scion. And yeah, he can soak bubbles. He can do whatever he wants. He's just a big boy. And Dove not going to go 1 versus 4.
Meanwhile, just going to take this Drake away. Like, you guys can have a fun time. You guys can party up here. I'm going to... He's the... I think I'm the ant. I think I'm the ant, but, you know, off-season, who knows?
Yeah, I think I'm the grasshopper in this equation. That being said, don't really know what it is.
Find out.
Yeah, we'll have to find out as teleport will come through. Hoya's still there as you've got a good flanking position from Delight. KT, they know about it, of course, with that cheeky ward over the wall as Dove picks up a smite for himself. They will have the smite advantage for this one, so the turn, they're looking for it. Delight gets over the wall, but now not going to have that flank. His Grand Entrance also on cooldown. And there's the back away. The Baron should reset, but no, Hoya walks back in. They are going to keep it leashed for the moment. Dissonance doing a bit of damage there to Zeus, but he can still engage. As there's the flash forward, the Magnet Storm, everyone getting taken down solo. Samira already instantly with a triple kill. The Rel will fall, but that is going to be that. And KT should be able to just transition to the Baron.
Yep. We're going to get a kill onto Hoya here as well. He's going to come look at the Baron real sad as his soul will expire there, but that's the power of the Samira, right? You know, you have the Collector online, BF Sword, and KT Rolster, once their health bar started to drop a little bit on that second commitment to the Baron, they were like, okay, this is it. And they slowly closed the gap, close enough to where we could see that big engage coming through. Yeah. Just taking pot shots. Fredit BRION have to respect it. Because we can see a very similar engage in R button press if they do try to be aggressive.
At that point.
I'm starting to get worried about the positioning here for KT. They need to be really careful.
Oh, that bubble is god tier. Onto Henna in the back line. Fantastic work. Not able to follow up as, okay, that's a very short trip on the train. Umpty hopping on forward. Bonnie looking to try and get some boops in there, but not really feeling it as we've got Hybrid on the Drake already. Doran quite low at this point in time, and Fredit BRION not wanting to give away the Mountain Soul. Voidseeker gonna land onto Dove there as there's another Magnet Storm towards the backside. Delight launches himself into the backline, but Dove avoids it with the portal jump. Shockwave is decent, but the Samira still popping off in the fight. Double kill now, and now they're just looking to clean up. Henna is going to be the next on the chopping block, and Hoya looking to take down the Drake. Let's do it. Not gonna do it. And KT are just gonna march up the mid lane and take us to a game number 3.
That's actually just the saddest animation ever after not being able to take down the Drake, not winning the team fight. And they just did it. The Magnet Storm, Inferno Trigger once again, win the game. It's a game 3, Atlas. The week of 6 game days might continue, as this is just going to be a very, very nice team fight to lead to the victory here. Fredit BRION, they tried their best. They tried to party bush and set up for a fight, but it just did not work out.
Yeah. Nexus will go down, and congratulations. Whoa.
So many shields. Atlas, where are we going?
We were joking about this, actually, in the break. We're like... Oh.
Delight, he's kind of zoned out here, actually, and he's about to lose vision. I don't know if he's going to be able to engage. They're so slow on this.
Well, Hoya's left the station now. In they go. So much chain CC as the Moonlight Vigil does come in to try and answer, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough. And Fredit BRION tear them apart in the river. Beautiful.
And it's just so difficult to fight into this choke if you're KT. Teleport coming through very late here for Lava, actually, so they're going to break through that choke.
Yep. But positioning now is Umpty down to about half health.
Oh!
That huge shield as in goes the Rel. Delight once again. Fantastic, but the Shockwave is good as well. Henna trying to get into position as in goes Hoya. In towards the backline. Lava trying to kite them out as best he can. Umpty takes the Drake, but they're going to lose out on the fight for the moment as Hoya gets angry, but he's already dead. And Henna's trying his best to escape, and he ain't going to be able to. Doran going to feed the kill over to Hybrid, and KT answer back very nicely. The yin and the yang working out very nicely. A couple of Leandries picked up here from Dove and Doran. Of course, you don't have as much of the wave clear that you need on the Karma. You know, like if you go the Moonstar field, as Dove is dead. Umpty's going to be able to grab that one. Just barely didn't have this Drake. KT in position. The train is just going to pass through, but unfortunately there was someone on the tracks as we've started this one off. Charm lands onto a couple. Fate's Call gets the Rel out once again as Zeus not able to do too much with the death sentence, but they are able to confirm the Drake, and KT grabbed their first.
Line, that's going to be the focal point, because they looked like they were maybe considering that Baron fight just moments ago, but going to have to group up to deal with this push in mid.
Oh, it's feeling like a good moment for an Orianna, but Dove isn't there. And Henna getting healed back up again. Yep, that Moonstuff, it's been put together as you guys know. Fate's Call does come down. That's a double charm to come through there as the Magnet Storm looks like it does a lot of damage. The follow-up, just beautiful, of course, by Fredit BRION is crushed. Is the Aphelios. Shockwave lands onto 2. Good sidestep from Henna there, and Delight going to keep himself alive. And this Seraphine, man, like, these mid-games seem so difficult for anyone facing her, and I just don't know whether KT's comp can deal with it like the Fredit BRION comp did in game number 1.
Yeah, this was very, very much a positional issue for KT at the same time. Like, KT was like, okay, well, I didn't have the confidence to take the Baron fight, as we will have a Baron here attempted by Fredit BRION, and I think there's going to be no recourse. They're actually going to be able to get this Drake as well. Sumty is speeding it down. But they rotated bottom to look for that Mountain Drake fight, and they were going to continue to control these waves, hoping for KT to try to rotate to deal with them through the jungle. That's why they're kind of bouncing between mid and bot, see if anyone tries to come through and end up getting caught by all the CC they have.
Yep.
Fredit BRION, they could...
Flowing Water completed by Doran as well. Just throw that in there. So his shield's going to be helping. It is a large reason why he's doing absolutely nothing to Hoya. Just shrugs off that damage. Justice Spectre's Cowl. Completed now, moving towards his Spirit Visage, most likely, to augment the Randuin's Omen that he's already put together. Sion going to be very tanky.
True. That's, you know, kind of as you expect. Cyan always trying to head towards that. In terms of late game, having all these items completed, gonna make it very difficult to kill him. Very difficult to kill anyone in this game, Atlas, as you could see here.
Yep, killing's not... Okay, that ulti is going to find the Aphelios in the backline. He's just thrown around like a ragdoll, taken out of the fight, and now, oh, the shockwave onto 4, but it just doesn't matter. The heals are just everywhere. Rel is going to fall down because I think the turret got angry as KT now relegated to their fountain. The inhibitor will fall down. You guys might have been lulling about that Baron power play, but now it's sitting at 2,000 for Fredit BRION, who turn it on.
They do. And, you know, maybe they're able to turn this into something more here. The back into teleport, they're actually looking to end the game.
Yeah, see whether they can, as Hoya's just a brick wall in front of this one.
Hybrid in 10.
He's got a shield for himself as his Bonnie throwing in with the Grand Skyfall, but he gets stunned as soon as he lands, and the Ragdoll Syndrome continues. The Pantheon just evaporates, but KT might have bought enough time. They lose a Nexus turret. Hook lands onto Hoya, but he's not exactly
not a real wizard.
Looking for the Mountain Soul, and that's going to make Hoya nigh unkillable, as he already was getting pretty close to it. Last Whisper is what Hybrids picked up in order to try and deal with this Scion right now. Forever, they've got an unstoppable force coming from the top side of the map, and now they're looking for this Baron. They have a lot of secure, because of course all those sticks that they will throw into it. Doran over the wall, but not able to offer too much. And remember,
be careful here.
KT are lacking frontline. Decimating Smash over the wall as Hoya seems to have an infinite health bar. Bonnie slowed down, and now the train comes forward. Oh no, look, that's a pretty big shield from Bonnie, but it's not going to quite be enough as in goes the Magnet Storm towards the backline. Hybrid trying to keep himself alive, but he's sucked back in and taken down. The Olaf just gigantic. Henna chasing after Doran, gets the double kill, and now Dove is running the wrong direction. Umpty's going to get on top of him. Wants to pick up his axe, does so, and grabs the kill with the last one. Very nicely done, and Fredit BRION will run towards the one last Nexus turret and win the series.
Gonna be the second win of the season. Fantastic play in the later parts of this game. It was a crazy draft. It was a pretty wacky series. We got to see 2 Seraphim mids. But at the end of the day, this is a too sustainable of a comp, too safe of an engage, and Hybrid gets caught one too many times. That's the series going over to Fredit BRION, and this is a team that I feel really can